Hey, I'm Allie. This is Gunner, and today I'm going to tell you what I wish I knew about breastfeeding in 5 minutes. All right, let's get started. So, first of all, I wish I knew that it's different for everyone. Okay, and I know that that's going to sound cliche or like, oh, obviously I knew that. But you see all the videos of all the perfect things and the perfect setups and everything going ideal. And that's just one person's story. And that's not usually the majority. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. It's not just simple, beautiful, natural thing. It is in a way, but it's also there's a lot to overcome. And it's not like so natural in a way that you just know what you're doing right away. You have to work through a lot of it and learn as you go. Both of you have to learn all the however many babies you have. It's a team effort. You have to work together and figure it out. And Gunnar is 8 months old now, and we're still figuring it out. But this is about as peaceful and amazing as it has ever been. And it was not always this way. And I want to tell you some different things that we went through and what I wish I knew in the beginning. So, one of the biggest things for me that I wish I knew is just because, and it kind of was related to what I was just saying, just because it starts out one way doesn't mean it's going to end that way. They grow, you grow, things change. So he came out and he had a tongue tie, a little bit of a lip tie. He had trouble latching and he wasn't really getting enough milk. And he also, I had gestational diabetes, so they had to give him formula on day one in a bottle. It was not preferred. I wanted everything supernatural and I didn't want to do any of that. No formula, no bottles. But that happened right away. So that was disappointing, but my expectations were just not realistic. And at the end of the day, it's whatever is leads to a healthy baby and a happy mama. That is what matters. Nothing else matters. There's little things, but formula is not the enemy, and I thought it was. And there are really clean options. And he had a dairy intolerance, so that was a whole different issue because a lot of the really clean ones are from cows or animal goats or something. You couldn't use those either, so that's a whole other story. But what I wish I knew about breastfeeding is that it just because it starts out super challenging, like he never did this. He would just get so frustrated. He would try to latch and get really frustrated and then give up. And we brought in the bottle, and that was the only thing that made him happy. Now he does it for comfort a lot. He also drinks from me. He latches all night long, but I never thought it would be like this. I thought it was, he had some issues and I just had to get over it. But things change. They grow. He gets stronger. He knows what he's doing, and he's in a really clingy phase right now. So anything to be attached to me and close by is where he wants to be. So just because it starts out one way doesn't mean it's going to end like that, and things can change really quick. So just keep your hopes up. And another thing I wish I knew is that it is a full-time job in itself. Breastfeeding and pumping, if you're doing that, which I'm doing that too, it is so time consuming. And I mean, not even just time, like mentally consuming, exhausting. Like that is the job. When they say, oh, what do you do for work? What do you do? Oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's the feeding. It's the taking care. It's the feeding of the baby. It takes so much time. It's ridiculous. And you just get used to it. It was really hard at first. Another thing was getting my partner on board. He did not understand, why does this take so long to do pumping? Why can't you just have the baby nurse off of you? And I'll have to do a whole nother video on pumping and how that integrates to everything. But it's such a journey, and it's you get used to it. He's not even a year old yet, and you find your patterns, you find out what to do, you learn from each other, and you grow together, and it becomes a lot easier. And another thing I wish I knew is just how precious this time is. The little eyes, the little fingers. I I would just be so frustrated with the whole thing when I bottle feed him. I'd be on my phone or something, just trying to like just it was the one time that I had to kind of do something else right here, but it's a really precious time and you don't want to waste it. You want to be fully present, and that is 5 minutes. All right, if you want to hear me talk about this topic or a different one for 5 more minutes, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.